Okay, the reason that we're doing this is because we're sort of wrapping up our solar system unit. Okay, we've learned about all the different planets that are in the solar system. We've learned about the moon, what its relationship is to the earth and the sun. And now you get a chance to come up with your own planet. Okay, this is the new planet discovery. You're acting as if you get to design and create whatever type of planet you want. Okay? Wait for questions to the very, very end. Everybody look at your sheet that I just passed out. Okay? These are all the things that you're going to make sure that you have answered and thought about while you're creating your planet. So it says, who? The name of the discoverer would be?
Me.
You. So write your name where it says name of discoverer. Make sure you write this neatly because it's going to be on your desk. Just write your first name, that's fine. Okay, now you can put your pencil down because you're not going to be able to fill any of this other information out without some thought. Okay, the other three things that you're going to need to answer is what? What is the name of this planet that you've created? What's the name of it? You can be as creative as you want. You could name it after yourself. You could make it a combination of your name or the parts of your name. It could represent something that's your favorite. Okay? Your creativity is the only thing that's going to stop you. You can be as creative as your little minds will take you. When did this discovery occur? Now, this is the only thing that I want you to be a little bit realistic about, okay? Think about the technology that we have today and the technology that we had back in the 1800s. Obviously, you're not discovering a whole bunch back in the 1800s, okay? So keep it a little bit relevant when you think of your date. You could even go back to, like, 2000. Maybe that was a big year for you or something. Keep it in the 2000s, okay? Where did this discovery occur? Where did it happen? Where did it occur? Did you have a space center that found it? Did you look at it through a telescope and it's actually closer than Mercury in the solar system? Okay? Creativity. Now, here's the most important part. Your planet's descriptions. The more descriptive you are, the easier it is for the rest of your classmates and anyone else that reads this to understand your planet and your vision for this planet. Okay? So try to be as descriptive as you can. And we'll probably write these on a piece of notebook paper first, just so that you make sure that you have everything you want, and then final copy it onto this sheet. Let's look at the first one. It says terrain. What's terrain, Ashley?
It's a place.
No, not a place, sweetie. Yes?
It's like, is it jungly? Is it sandy?
Yeah, it's sort of like, what is the makeup of the surface? What's the surface like? Is it solid? Is it gas? Is it rocky? Is it icy? Is it Skittles? Is it Snickers? Is it sprinkles? Is it rainbows? Is it, I don't know. Okay? I mean, I don't know. It's your planet. If you got to create a planet, what would it have? It's all filled up with ice cream. But, listen though, if it's an ice cream planet, would it be close to the sun or further away from the sun? Further away from the sun. So some of the things that you have learned throughout our unit, you need to be thinking about when you're creating this planet, okay? Because some of it has to be believable. If you're going to have a Snickers planet and you're putting it before Mercury, your planet's not going to last very long, okay? It's going to burn up. It's going to melt. And yeah, that's going to be the end of
There's going to be
it.
a whole bunch of Snickers.
So make sure you think about some of that stuff when you're designing this. Terrain, endless. Your creativity can decide what your terrain's going to be like. But be descriptive. Don't just write Snickers and sprinkles. Okay? Write it out. What is the makeup of a Snickers? What is the makeup of Skittles? How does it lay over? Is there an area that's one part of a candy bar? Is there an area that makes up another? Because if we looked at the United States, we all have the same land makeup. We don't. And this is just one part of the earth. It's all different. Okay, we've got mountains. We've mountains over in here. There's another area of mountains. We've got beaches. We've got snow, cold weather, beaches. So it can be a combination of a bunch of things. You just have to think about it. Okay, so there's going to need to be some thought behind this. Color and size. In comparison to the earth, is it 2 times the size of the earth? Is it the same size as the earth? Does it have rings? Does it not have rings? Now you also need to think about the size of Pluto. Okay, is Pluto considered a planet?
No.
It's a dwarf planet. So if you're going to say it's the size of Pluto, did you really discover a planet then? You didn't. It wouldn't meet the same characteristics. Okay, we've studied that, so you need to put that knowledge into here as well. 2 interesting facts. What are some really cool things that your planet has that maybe we don't know or find on Earth? Okay, either about the surface, about the air, about how it was discovered. What's interesting about yours? Is it interesting because it has 4 moons? Is it interesting because it revolves a different way? Rotates a different way. Or it's the only planet in the solar system that revolves in the opposite direction. Which, if it revolves in the opposite direction, is it going to be a planet? No, because that's one thing that they noticed about Pluto, is it went in a different orbit pattern. That's why it wasn't considered a planet. Okay, so think about using your scientific vocabulary when you're describing these facts. I'll take questions at the very end, sweetie. Life forms. Pretty self-explanatory. Who's on your planet? Is anyone on your planet? Okay, is it just animals? Is it just bacteria? Is it just rocks and minerals? Is there any life form? There doesn't have to be. It's your creative thoughts. Environment. That's more of like the air. Okay, what's the environment like? And if you are questioning some of these terms, look them up. If you want to know specifically what terrain means, look it up. If you want to know specifically what to include in the environment, look it up. Okay? All right. Then, this is going to be worked on today. Some of you may finish it. Some of you may not. That's okay. Tomorrow, I'm going to give you this page. Okay? This is the front cover to your project. This is where you're going to draw a picture of your planet. You're going to write your planet's name at the top. And then underneath here, you're going to write a caption for your planet. If this, let's just pretend that this was on the front page of the newspaper. New planet discovered with this picture. What would you want them to capture in the first caption of your picture? What's the most important thing that they could say about your planet? And that's what you're going to write here. Okay? Then, when you're all finished, Cole and Aiden, listen. When you're all finished, you're going to get a sheet of paper, okay? Big sheet of paper. You're going to fold it. On the front is going to be the picture. And on the inside will be all the details about this new planet that you have discovered. Okay? We'll have today to work on this. You will have time tomorrow to look at this. If you want to use your science book to research because you want to make it a true scientific discovery and you want it to replicate something that may actually be found, good. There's lots of materials in here that you can use. If you want to create something fantasy or fiction-like, and you don't want to look up and you don't really care if it matches the exact dimensions or the exact surface area or, the same terrain, that's fine too. Okay? It's completely wherever you take it. It can be fictional, it can be non-fictional. It's your idea. It's your creation. Okay, questions?
So for like life forms, can we do like aliens?
Good. That's a life form. Okay? If your questions are about like Landry's, ask me personally. Okay? And I'll come around and answer your questions. The only reason is because I don't want you to limit someone else's creativity. I want them all completely different. And if we start talking about it, then we're all going to be doing about the same stuff. Okay? So we're going to stop there. If you have a question, raise your hand and I will come answer it individually because I want them all different. Okay? I want your creative juices to flow and not your neighbor's creative juices to flow out onto your planet. Okay. Molly.